Hello, good brothers and good sisters. This is producer Hoot. We here at Talkin' Shop just want to thank you for supporting the worst podcast ever. And you can also support us by following us on Twitter at Talkin' Shop. That's at TALKNSHOP at Talkin' Shop. And also follow us and check out our website at www.talkinshoponline.com. Time for the podcast. Goodbye.
Your ass better call somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Doc Gallows, the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Azúcar Rocky Romero, proudly present to you the story of Talkin' Shop, The Hoots, Chapter 2, available right now. Vimeo.com/on-demand/The Hoots 2. That's the number 2. Vimeo.com/on-demand/The Hoots 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it is darker, it's dumber, it's funnier, it's stupider. It's Chapter 2 of our amazing series that we're putting out right now, the Talkin' Shop movie series. Check it out, $1.99, rental for 3 months. Enjoy it. Have a beer. Smoke a stogie. Have some whiskey like a gentleman, or some of the blood. Do whatever you do. Sit back, relax, watch the dumbest movie on earth. Thanks for the support.
And now live from the MLW studios in room 1428 of the Tokyo Dome Hotel, here is Talkin' Shop with your hosts, the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Luke the Doc Gallows, and your producer, give it up for Rocky Azúcar Romero.
Yo, guys. What's up, man? It's Carl the Machine Gun Anderson here. Carl Anderson, Carl with a motherfucking K. And I'm by myself. Listen, this week has been weird. It's been messed up. It's gonna be an insane Talkin' Shop for a couple of weeks just because of technical difficulties and busyness and lack of Talkin' Shops getting done. Not because we don't want to do them, just because we are actually busy professional wrestlers, motherfuckers. That's what me and Gallows were talking on the train yesterday from Sendai, Japan. I was telling Gallows, I'm done. I'm done with the podcast. Over it. We don't have time to do it. And Gallows goes, yeah, we don't have time to sit down and talk about our dicks for 30 minutes and coming and pooping and crapping. And he actually has a good point. But the biggest problem is, so you've heard my first two other little tidbits, like the diary thing I was doing for the first couple of entries of this. Anyways, it might all run together, so it might sound like I'm just an idiot and I just keep starting over. But there's actually 3 entries I sent into Rock because, listen, here's the deal. We got an amazing Talkin' Shop done with Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. The Addiction, formerly known as Bad Influence in TNA, The Addiction in Ring of Honor, The Addiction around the world. Christopher Daniels is also known as Criz to us, or CD, or Sizz Diz. There's Frankie Kazarian, also known as Frizz, or Frizz Kiz, or, shit like that. But, dude, they told some hilarious stories, man, and I'm sad that I can't put that one out this week, but listen, with the crap that we put out each week, why not push the good ones back? Right? Right? What? I said, right? One more thing I need you guys to do for me real quick before we get to bullshitting right now. But I need you guys to send Rocky Romero at Azúcar Rock. That's at AZUCARROC, and tell him he's a mean son of a bitch. Because let me tell you what I woke up to. Okay, excuse me. This was it. I hadn't woke up to it yet. I was just laying down in Sendai, Japan. This all just happened a couple days ago, 3 days ago. I'm just freshly back home from a 3-week insane tour, and Rocky Romero sends me a text and says, I need the talking shops now. And I said, Rock, there's a problem. My laptop's a little fucked up. Like my laptop wasn't working. Like I've had a MacBook now for 5 years strong, and it's finally went out on me, and that's a big problem. And I don't know why it went out. Like I don't come on it like Gallows does to his computer, but I don't understand the reason why it went out. And so it just went black. Like the screen just went black. For any of the technical guys that know anything about anything, man, help me out with that. Twitter me or Google me Google me like I do about myself every single day. Twitter me and tell me what the hell happened. I guess I got to take it into the Apple shop and see what the hell happened. But no water went on it. No cum went all over it. Nothing. Just I'm sitting there watching YouTube and bam, out. But maybe it's because there's lots of viruses from being on the road a lot and watching lots of porno. Not sure. Maybe it's because I like to watch a lot of porno. Anyway, but so make sure you let me get back on track. See, even when Gallows and Rock aren't here, I get myself off track, and I sound like an asshole. Go to Rock, add a Zukar Rock, and tell him that he's a mean son of a bitch, because I'm laying down and I'm getting messages from him saying I need the podcast. And I said, listen, I'm sorry, like I'm not going to be able to get it out to you. I'm not going to be able to get it to you because I can't upload the podcast, the Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels podcast, to my laptop because my laptop just went out on me and it just shit the bed. Also, we were out of batteries for the podcast machine, which also pissed Rock off because I think he thinks he's dealing with a bunch of assholes. Anyway, because you can't upload the podcast on Gallows' computer because his computer is ruined. I ain't touching his computer. He thinks it's funny to come on his computer. That's like the 4th time I've said come in about 3 minutes. I asked Tama on the train, man. I said, "Hey, is there any chance I can upload the podcast to your laptop, man?" And he goes, "We can try." And I was like, "What do you mean we can try? We can try. Well, why can we try? I know how to do it. Like it's a MacBook, right?" He goes, "Yeah, we can try." And I said, "Well, I mean, if you just give me your MacBook, like I can upload the podcast. I can do it. I know how to do that." He said, "Yeah, dog. Here's the thing, yo. My laptop kind of fucks up sometimes." I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean your laptop fucks up sometimes?" He goes, "Just, man, sometimes it don't be working. It doesn't work. It sucks, man." And I was like, "Fuck." So that's 3 laptops right there we can't even use. And then, like, I don't know what Frankie has or Christopher Daniels have. And Mike and Maria and Taven were, they were on a different flight or a different terminal for that. And so now I started to come to the realization that when I got home, I wasn't going to be able to upload that podcast quick enough because there's just not enough time. So I was like, we have to go old school, and we have to go back to the iPhone. And you know what? If you're a podcast favorite or a podcast fan or a talking shop faithful, what you've done is you've cracked your motherfucking beer ski. You've cracked your whiskey if you're Drugs Delaney. Or you've cracked yourself a BLL and you're still sitting there drinking some cold beers with me. Because I'm going to take you through our travel day, man, from Sendai, Japan, all the way to Cincinnati, Ohio. I'll tell you what the hell I had to go through. And I don't mean hell like I had to go through hell, like I wasn't getting my ass kicked. I wasn't getting held up by guns or knives or anything. But for a travel guy, for a professional wrestler, man, the traveling is probably the worst part. I mean, it's a lot of travel. By the time I got home, I had left the hotel in Sendai, Japan, to the time I got to my house in Cincinnati was about 30 hours. 30 hours of being on a moving thing, like a train or a bus or it was actually a train or a car or a plane. Man, it sucked. So we met in the lobby, Sendai, Japan. So we rocked the pay-per-view, man. The pay-per-view was good. Homa Makabe won the World Tag League. So it's been announced now that it's going to be Homa and Makabe, GBH versus myself and Doc Gallows for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. So once again, I'm defending the tag team titles in the motherfucking Tokyo Dome. This will be my 8th Tokyo Dome in a row, I might add, too. Tap that on with my G1 Final 2012, and you got yourself a legend. All right, I'm done. Hold on. And so we rocked the house in Sendai. The Sendai was cool, man, but I hurt my leg a little bit, like I was saying in the earlier little tidbit when I thought I was going to try and get Delta Mad on here, but I'll explain why I didn't get Delta Mad on the podcast, because once I landed in Cincinnati, all hell broke loose again. We rocked the pay-per-view in Sendai. We went to sleep. Met in the lobby the next day at 8:10 a.m. in Sendai, Japan. Which let me tell you guys what that means. So it's 6. That means it's 6:10 p.m. in Cincinnati, Ohio. So you know what's up. It's a 14-hour difference. 6:10 p.m. the night before. So it's 8:10 a.m. in Sendai. We take the taxi, which is all packed up and already sucks. Take the taxi to the train station. There's the Eki, the Sendai Eki. It's what they call it. Eki is a train station in Japanese. Sendai Eki Onegaishimasu. We take the damn taxi to the Eki. We get out of the taxi. We stand in the train station like assholes and wait for the office guy to round us all up. So there's like 12 gaijin all going home. Gaijin are foreigners. And there's about 12 of us going home. So we're excited, but we're all in a bad mood a little bit because we know what the hell is coming up, because these train stations just, it sucks, man. The trains suck. The bullet trains are cool. The bullet trains are cool, I think, if you've got yourself a book bag, and that's it. If you're traveling with a book bag, the bullet train will be really cool, probably. You can just chill out, walk through the train station, do whatever you want to do. It's easy. But, we're all carrying, I've got a huge bag full of clothes. Then I got my huge wrestling bag. Then I got my book bag. And then AJ Styles came and he fucking talked me into getting this PlayStation 4 traveling TV, because deep inside I'm still a nerd, man. I play NBA 2K16 on the reg. I also play Madden on the reg. Machine Gun KA, username PS4. Find me, I'll whoop that ass. But I got that too, so I'm carrying all this shit through the damn train station with a bum leg on top of that. I'll tell a quick Taven story too as we get going through this about that, which is pretty funny. But we're carrying, all of us have all these amounts of bags. We get on this bullet train, which is packed, always packed, with everybody going to work or wherever these people are going. Wherever these people that live in Sendai are going, they take the bullet train somewhere and it's fucking packed. And of course, it's in Japan, so that means it's fucking hot. It is smoking hot in these bullet trains, because in Japan, it seems like when the weather turns cold, man, they're different. The Japanese people, they're a different degree colder than us or fucking something, because whenever it's cold outside, if you walk inside a Starbucks or you walk inside a bookstore or you walk inside the train station, man, it's going to be boiling. Heat is going to be packed. Excuse me. Heat's going to be going nuts, and the heat's going to be on high, and the people are still going to be in these long sleeve jackets and long sleeve sweatshirts and these beanies and hoodies, and I'm like, what are they thinking? And we're always getting mad and getting hot, especially Gallows, because he's temperamental, Hoot, especially when he's a big guy like that, But we finally get on the train. We all get seated down. We're all in our seats. We relax. There's a deep breath. We got about a 2-hour train station, about a 2-hour train ride from Sendai to Tokyo, and it was actually called Ueno. Ueno is like the downtown part of Tokyo. That's where Gallows and Fale and Tama and I go and get our crabs when we have our little crab party. Crabs. We get our crabs. Not on our dicks, but the crabs that we like to eat. You can get those downtown in Ueno for a nice price. But we went from Sendai to Ueno, which is inside Tokyo, but it's the downtown part of Tokyo. About 2 hours. So we finally get sat down. We're chilled. We're relaxed. It's about 8:50 maybe, 9 a.m. Maybe let's just say 9 a.m. the lady comes through with the cart. Well, I'm the machine gun, babe. What do? Ordered about 6 beers for the boys. So boom, Gallows, myself, gave referee Uno a beer, Tama, Fale. We suck one back. As we're drinking the beer, I look up and there's Elgin and there's Taven. They're sitting there too. I was like, well, these boys need a beer too, because Taven's one of the good brothers, you know. I said, these boys need a beer. So the cart comes back through a second time, about 9:25, and I'm starting to see a pattern. That this cart kept coming through only by us because we were the only motherfuckers buying stuff. So we go, we need a couple more. So then Tama, of course, this round was on Tama. Tama buys 7 or 8 beers. He goes, got one for me, another one for Gallows. Referee Uno said, no, thank you. I need to hold off. One for Fale, one for Taven, and one for Elgin. So we started, we have that beer. The cart beer lady comes through again. So now at this point we're forgetting that we're traveling because we're starting, a couple beers down. We're talking, we're laughing. We're starting to be one of the boys, hanging with the boys, talking with the boys. That's when it's fun. And cart comes through again. Taven goes, oh man, I'm gonna get you guys, So Taven gets us back, orders a round of beers for everybody. Cart comes through again. Gallows gets one more round. So we end up having 4 beers, and then in the hour and 45-minute trip it was, or whatever it was, 2-hour ride, and it was. The ride was enjoyable. It was fun. We were talking, we were bullshitting, we were laughing. I sat beside Gallows, Tom and Fale in front of me. I think Tom put a picture out on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I think I had two cold beers in my hand, and it was just that. Although I say the travel part is the worst part of professional wrestling, but probably those times right there when you get to hang with the good brothers with no stress and no bullshit. You're just sitting and you're talking and you're having some cold beers. That's when it was amazing. That was fun. Those are always good times when we're doing that. Anyways, now back to bullshit. Because once the train stops, we're all pissed off again. So we got to get back up, round up all of our stuff, get off the train. We got to walk out of that train station, mind you, with all of my shit, with my bum leg right now. We go into the other, we find the other train where we're going. It's called the Narita Express. And the Narita is the airport in Tokyo. So we, from Ueno to Narita is about 45 minutes on, it's another bullet train, about 45 minutes on a train to get to the airport. We haul all our shit in there. We say bye to Uno, and we finally sit down. And we got about another 45-minute trip. So then now, there was no beers on that one because nobody came by. I got a sneaky feeling if somebody came by, we'd have had ourselves a cold beer. But we didn't. But got to Narita. You get to Narita, and this is what Gallows and I always talk about. One of the funniest things, I think it's funny shit, is we're always helping each other. When we get to the taxi in the beginning, we help each other get to the taxi, get in the taxi, blah, 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 find out where the fuck we're going in the Sendai train station, wherever we're trying to do. We help each other. We help each other when we try to find where we're going for the Narita Express as well. We try to help each other. But when we get to the airport, man, all fucking bets are off, dude. We don't say bye to each other. It's just, boom, we get off and we are gone. Whoever can get to the fucking lounge or sushi first, there's no helping. I look back at Christopher Daniels and Frankie, and I know they know where they're going. They know how to find airports. They're not dumb at all. But it was their first tour with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I just yelled back, hey, the departure lobby's on the 4th floor, boys. And Frankie goes, okay, cool. And I'm gone with my bum leg and with all my shit. We get up, we check in, we go through security. The security guy stops me, goes through my damn PlayStation, which always sucks. Pulled it out and made me do it again. So we're trying to rush each other, trying to beat each other. So Gallows gets through security first. He laughs at me, okay? So I go, fuck. So I'm sitting there mad. I'm in a bad mood now because I'm stopped at security because they're trying to check my PlayStation. So we get back down. I go down. I get through security finally. I go down to where there's customs, where they check your passport and they check your residence card and your stamps and all that shit for living in Japan or whatever. And I see Gallows stopped, and they've stopped him, and they're telling him he can't go through. He needs to sit down. And he goes, "Well, I just got this thing renewed." And then I go, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're doing. He goes, and she goes, oh, no, you need to fill out a new one. And he goes, oh, what a fucking rib. Then he sits down. Then, boom, I coast right through customs. See you later, Gallows. So it was, oh, man, he was sitting there hot. Hot. I love it. Our routine in the airport is we go straight to sushi, man. Me and Tama and I especially. When Rocky Romero's with us, man, we go straight to sushi. It's like this feel-good thing when we finally get to the airport after a long tour, or even a short tour. It's just like you know you're going home, and the sushi in Narita Airport. If you're ever in the Tokyo Airport, you got to find that sushi in Terminal 1. It's amazing, and they're good to us. They know who we are. They don't give us a motherfucking discount, that's for sure. I was telling Bernard they probably like us so much and put us over so much because we spend $150 each every time we walk in that son of a bitch. Eat our sushi. We go to the lounge. We have some good brethren in the lounge. Drink some beers. Drink some vodkas. Drink some of the blood. And we get on our flight, man. Fly from Minneapolis to there we go. I'm still jet lagged. Tokyo to Minneapolis, which is like, man, 13 and a half hours. Sometimes it can be 14 depending on the wind or whatever. Also, we were delayed in Tokyo, too, so we didn't take off for another hour and a half than we were supposed to be. So we're in the lounge drinking for longer. And I land in Minneapolis, man, and with my bum leg, I had to get through customs. So I get through customs in Minneapolis with just enough time because of the delay in Tokyo, and I just barely made my flight in Minneapolis, man. I was moving as fast as I could. And that's what people don't understand, man. Some of that stuff you don't see, man. Like, that kind of stuff sucks. If I'd have missed that flight, I might have had to stay another 3 hours in Minneapolis, or maybe I would have had to spend the night because there was no more flights going out, and all I wanted to do was get home to my family. But I got there. So anyway, got on the plane. I'm sitting on the plane in Minneapolis. I'm excited. I got about an hour and a half flight before I land in Cincinnati. Then they just sit there. And we sit on the ramp or the runway for like 30 minutes. And there's a delay again. So we're sitting there, and you guys got to understand, my calf hurts right now. I got a bum leg. Also, my ass and my legs they're just done from the travel, or I don't know what it was, but I was getting like the restless leg syndrome. So I kept moving, and I just wonder if the people beside me thought I was on drugs or like I was a weirdo or something. But I just couldn't keep myself relaxed and calm, and I couldn't keep still. I think it's just the combination of being on this little fucking shitty plane, the combination of me being claustrophobic, the combination of the jet lag and the travel day and the insanity of what we had to go through. I make it sound like we went through war or something. Well, I don't want it to sound like that. I just want you guys to know what we go. Well, I just want you to know what a travel day is like. I know me and Gallows did that last time, but this time we're going home, so it's different. But finally land in Cincinnati, which it felt like a 4-hour fucking flight, even though it wasn't. It's an hour and a half. But the second flight after this flight from Tokyo is always just brutal. Always feels longer. My man, Delta Matt, picks me up. Like I said, I thought I was going to get him on the podcast. But then right when I was about to pull out my phone and say, Matt, you ready to hit this podcast, bro? I want to get you on the podcast. I want the brothers to know who you are, how you help everybody. I went to pull out my phone and do it, and all of a sudden, traffic jam. Boom. Right outside the airport, stopped traffic. And I went, what? Like, I've been traveling now for like 26 hours or whatever. Like, I don't want to be stuck in traffic. I was like, man, Matt, turn around. There's a turnaround thing right there. And he goes, oh, I don't know if I should or if I should stop. So then he didn't. And so we went past it. And so I go, oh, and we both go, oh, well, there's going to be another turnaround here at some point, right? I mean, we sat and stopped traffic for like 30 minutes. It was just like, it was driving us both crazy. I could tell, like, I was just like, oh, this is terrible, horrible, terrible. And anyways, we sat there for like 30, maybe 40 minutes. We finally snuck up to an exit. Delta Matt was able to get off, sneak around, go back the other way, and we finally were able to get back up on the road. But by that time, man, I'd sat on the damn road for 40 minutes that I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't in the mood to do no fucking talking shop. That's for sure. Especially after that fucking day. Finally get home. I see my boys. I ate a big Arby's sandwich. Took a shower, and by that time, man, it was like It was like 9:30 by the time everything was done. And my boys had to go to bed because they have school in the morning. And that's it. So I left at 8. So that's, that's a 24, 25, 26. It's like 27-hour travel day, man. And fuck, I love going to Japan, man. But love it. It's my favorite. It's one of the most beautiful countries in the whole entire world. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm proud to be an American today. Sitting here in Cincinnati, Ohio, about to go inside Fitworks and work out and be in America. And then after that, I'm going to go eat Chipotle. Because Chipotle is in America, and I'm motherfucking pumped up to be back in America. I can't explain to y'all how excited I am to be in America right now. And I don't want to eat any raw fish. I don't want to eat any curry. I don't want to eat any more yakiniku or shabu shabu or sukiya or yoshinoya. No, hell no. I don't want any more convenience food. I've had enough, man. I got 3 weeks at home by myself, dude. By myself with a hot Asian wife and my 3 little boys, man. And I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I got 3 weeks. I'm not doing shit. Gallows has like 7 bookings. And, like, I made fun of him. He goes, whatever, motherfucker. That's my Christmas money. I was like, well, so sorry, man. Because like, Gallows is real hot about money, But, real quick, let me plug some. December the 26th. December the 26th, man. Fairfield, Ohio. NWF Wrestling. It's at NWF Wrestling on Twitter. The owner of that is at R Ruffin. Ruffen. He runs a hell of a wrestling promotion in Cincinnati. This is like his slogan is the first, the last, and the best. And in Cincinnati, Ohio, that's the truth. Right here in the tri-state area, he runs the best wrestling promotions that there possibly could be. He started here, he is still here, and he's going to keep being here. And he's always been the best. HWA was here for a while. Everybody knows who HWA was. They're a developmental system that. They were a great indie, a great independent ran by Les Thatcher and Cody Hawk, and they ended up getting signed by developmental, to a WWE developmental deal, and then whatever happened, they lost that. However, they lost it, and then HWA just kind of faded off into the wind, and I don't even know if they run shows anymore, and if they do, here in Cincinnati, my apologies, I just don't know. But December the 26th, it's me, Carl the Machine Gun Anderson versus Cody Hawk. And just a real quick backstory, Cody Hawk and myself had this really sweet feud, man, here in the Cincinnati area 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago. So the Cincinnati wrestling fans know about it, and I'm not saying they're running around fucking thinking about this legendary match that we had, but maybe they are, because then 10 years ago it was a cool match, and it's a big rematch. So December 26th, if you're in the Fairfield area, Cincinnati area, man, come on out. I'm gonna have some BC gear ski. You know what that means on the Kids Fizz, and if you don't know what that means, then oh well. 8 p.m. bell time, December 26th. Come on out. I'm sure Gallo's got a lot of Wrestle America stuff going on, so look him up on Twitter. Find out where he's at. We got ourselves a live. Do I need to say that again? Do I need to say that louder? Live talking shop. January the 17th, man. Sunday, January the 17th in Upland, California. Email goodbrothers@mlw.com for more info. Look at our Twitters. We're going to be promoting that like crazy. We're going to be, the Young Bucks are going to be there. Me, Gallows, the Bullet Babe, The Rock, man, Azuka. We're going to do ourselves some live talking shop, some live questions. I mean, We've promoted this before, but we never did it. But now it looks like it's time, and I think we're going to be able to get it in. So it's pretty exciting that we're actually finally going to be able to do this. So January 17th, live talking shop. Fly your asses out there. We're going to have some fucking fun. My birthday's on the 18th, so we might as well just party on the 17th like it's my birthday. But we told Gallows he can't start drinking on the live talking shop day until we actually start filming the first talking shop, or else we ain't never going to get through it. That's for sure. Tokyo Dome, January the 4th, Wrestle Kingdom, man. Don't forget to check that out, please. Asheville, North Carolina, January the 22nd. Gallows and I are going to be there, man. January 22nd, Asheville, North Carolina for Ring of Honor. All right, real quick story. I got to tell you something before I click out of here and leave y'all the fuck alone. Real quick story with the travel day, okay? Matt Taven, the day we were leaving, had himself a massive fucking box. And that's on top of all his other luggage. So, right, we're all carrying a lot of luggage, right? Okay. So Taven's massive fucking taped up box. And I go, what is that? And he goes, it's a sword. I go, oh, okay. So like, a sponsor emailed me and said, Chado, I have a sword for you. Do you want it? I wrote back, fuck no. Now, I know that there's people out there that like to put up a sword in their house and have like a samurai sword. And that's what he means. Is like, you can get these old school samurai swords and they look cool. You set them up on your fireplace or wherever the fuck you're going to put it. And it looks cool, right? I never wanted one because I never wanted to have to deal with traveling with it or packing it or mailing it or whatever. I just didn't, whatever. The sponsor that night before goes, Chado, I have a sword for you. Do you want, come get it? I wrote, fuck no, no thanks. That was where I left it. And Taven says he wished he would have done that too. Anyway, so we're ribbing on Taven a little bit about this big box he has. And he goes, yeah, guys, here's the problem. I didn't sleep. I go, what do you mean? He's like, well, I was up trying to wrap this fucking box all night, and I didn't sleep all night. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, yeah, but at least I'll sleep on the plane. I'm like, yeah, but you probably feel like crap, right? Like, but whatever. But every time we had to get out of the train and move, you could just see Taven was just in a bad mood, man. And he held it together. He didn't do what Gallows would do and flip off the rail and cuss at somebody or throw shit, or what I would probably do too. But he held it together. He would laugh it off a little bit, but you'd see him kind of going, like you could see him breathing, but he was taking it in stride and laughing with it because it sucked carrying this big stupid fucking box. We get to the train. We get to where we're about to get on the train, and he goes, I go, you realize they're going to cut that open and make you, and investigate it, right? And he goes, oh, they better not fucking do that. I was like, well, they're going to have to because you got a sword in there, buddy. So we're laughing about it, whatever. He goes, anyways, here's my saving grace. And he points at what he wrote on the box. He wrote fragile. And then he also wrote right beside it, please, he goes, and he's pointed out as he looks at it, please don't lose, he says. Please don't lose. And I'm looking at it and I go, that says please don't loose. L-O-O-S. Oh, shit. Please don't loose. He looks down at it and he goes, oh, fuck, I haven't slept, guys. So then Gallows and I start talking like Santino and saying, please, I don't lose. Please, I don't lose. Please, I don't lose my sword. And Gallows kept going over and over. Hey, Taven, don't lose your sword. And we're laughing, and we look over at it again. And within the times that we're laughing and ribbing about it, he's already pulled out a Sharpie and changed it to lose. Now, that's a real fucking professional wrestler that is carrying a Sharpie and ain't scared to pull that motherfucker out and change it. Guys, go to fucking Matt Taven, whatever his thing is, and tell him he's a funny son of a bitch, and he's a real good brother, that's for sure. Guys, thanks for listening in and listening to me bullshit for a couple minutes. Listen, I promise you next week we'll be back on track. I'm going to try and make sure we have that Frankie and Christopher Daniels one out. I'm going to make sure. We had a mic problem, so... And I'm pretty sure Christopher Daniels had the mic that wasn't working, so I'm afraid his might not have been working, but it was showing me that it was working when I was, being the technical genius I am, it was showing that it was working. But I haven't been able to listen back to it yet because everything's been fucked up. So I'm going to try and get that one out next week, and if not, I'm sorry, but I think we will. I think Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian next week, which they tell some funny-ass Bob Holly stories. We do some good brothering, and we just chill out and hang out, man. And there are a couple of great brothers, and I'm excited for everybody to hear us all just hanging out and bullshitting, especially after Christopher Daniels' 2-week run on the podcast, which everybody knows Christopher Daniels, man. He's a man's man. One of the boss. Thank you guys for listening, man. Thank you guys for supporting us. Even though we got a shitty podcast, we enjoy doing it, and we know that there's lots of fans out there that actually do enjoy listening to us, and we're going to try and do better at ensuring we can always put out the right podcasts and get our technical difficulties under control. For Carl the Machine Gun Anderson, thank you for listening to me bullshit for about 25 minutes or so, guys, and we'll be back on track next week, man. Just give me a slide this time. All right, brothers. Hope that beer was good.